The first session of the 109th Tennessee General Assembly was considered another success for Farm Bureau members as several bills were approved or defeated that will benefit our state's agricultural industry.
We had a very successful year. Everything went really well. We were very successful in a lot of the positions we took.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
During this year's session, budget issues were perhaps front and center as Farm Bureau was successful in helping to secure funding for several of the governor's proposals, including the Lone Oaks 4-H Camp and Conference Center, the Ag Enhancement Program, and the West Tennessee River Basin Authority.
Last year during the policy development meetings for the counties that fall into the West Tennessee River Basin Authority's area, they told us that needed to be a priority, that needed to happen, that they needed their full funding. And we did. We made that a priority. We worked with some other groups, formed a coalition, worked with some conservation groups, and were able to work with the administration as well as the legislature and restore that funding. So that's something we're proud of, and I tell you, that really came from the policy development meetings where they expressed to us how important that was.
4-H Club was my biggie, and we got it done, and a lot of people to thank for that too. I can't think of all the people that was involved in making this to happen, but I can tell you it's going to put a new face on Bolivar, Tennessee.
This was a goal identified in the Governor's Rural Challenge, something that we thought would benefit, again, citizens across the state. And it was also a project that was supported by many of our partners, first and foremost Tennessee Farm Bureau. But so many people across the state got behind this, and we certainly would not have received approval and received the support we did for this project without their support.
Another important piece of legislation was approved unanimously in the Senate but had issues in the House, and therefore the county road weight limits bill was deferred until next session. And Farm Bureau will once again be looked to for help in resolving the issue.
We've had a problem in the past with particularly log trucks, county road supervisors, I guess just not wanting them to run on the road and arbitrarily lowering the weight limits. And that's what this bill would have done. It would have kept them from just arbitrarily lowering the weight limit because they didn't want a certain commodity running over the road. And as it is right now, we're trying to codify what's actually been done. There's no portable scales, nobody's weighing trucks. So any farm product, we just want to make sure it can get access to the market.
Nobody wants the roads tore up, but at the same time, we can't stop commerce and stop our farmers from taking their cows to market or getting the co-op to bring their feed. We have to find a compromise that works for everybody, not just stop it. And so that's a good example. You know, Farm Bureau was really involved in that bill. It helped me to be able to speak in the committee, the Transportation Committee, to speak factually. Here's what's happening in my community. And so it's extremely important. And I really am thankful for what Farm Bureau does in educating me as a legislator.
Now, this issue and so many more will continue to require engagement of Farm Bureau leaders to speak out on behalf of the industry. And that starts through the policy development process, and it continues as relationships are developed with lawmakers.
I'm really blessed in that there's a lot of grassroots support for agricultural issues in the districts I represent in Anderson, Knox, and Loudoun counties. And I know they have periodic meetings that we're invited to attend, and they let us know the issues that are important to them, which in turn are really important to the state of Tennessee.
You know, we have to understand that even though the northern part of Williamson County, or a lot of places in Williamson County, may no longer be the farmland, but there are 94 other counties out there that are very popular as farmland. From East Tennessee all the way over to West Tennessee.
Farm Bureau is made up of farmers, and when I said a while ago I had trouble figuring out who I could trust, I could name you maybe 3 or 4 lobbyists that I can truly trust. Farm Bureau is one of them. When they come to me, I don't have to worry about any hidden agenda. They tell me this is what we need, this is who's against it, this is who's for it, this is how it benefits your district, and this is why you need to be for it. And sometimes I agree with them, most time I do agree with them, sometimes I don't, but when it gets right down to it, I can trust what they say.
I think I have a little more respect for the lobbyists now because that's what they're doing. They're lobbying for their industry, or like farmers, Farm Bureau. And if you don't have someone leading your case, it'll go unheard and unnoticed. So it is very important.
There's a reason why in our great seal of the state of Tennessee, agriculture is prominent. It really is the pillar of our society here in Tennessee. We're proud of that. But you're right, you've got to get the word out. People have to appreciate the difficulties you face and why and how some of the things we do in the legislative body impact your industry.
I think it's incumbent upon members of the General Assembly and also upon farmers that are leaders in that community to make sure that the general public understands what kind of challenges that they face in trying to provide food for all of us. So they do a great job, certainly where I'm from. I mean, it's just not an issue, but in Nashville, Memphis, they need Knoxville and Chattanooga. They may need some more education.
Yeah, you know you've got somebody to talk to, and then they know that it's more than just a board committee coming and talking to them. They know that it's in the real community, and the guy that don't ever say nothing, the guy that goes to church, does all his business at home, takes care of his business, he's still got a voice through Farm Bureau, and that's the best part about it.
And Farm Bureau has really done an outstanding job of representing people like me that wouldn't have the time or the ability to go to Nashville and do the things that are being done on our behalf.
We're all very busy. We're all very busy with our own operations, and that we talked about that on the way down here. But we every year we feel that it's very important just to, that's our livelihood, and we have to let them know that's our livelihood and how important that is to us in our rural areas.
I've been county president since '07. We have issues come from our farmers in the area to our county board, and then we relate them to our policy development meetings, and then that transpires on to our resolutions committees, and then the state meeting, and then to here. And we carry that from the ground up to our legislatures, trying to get our voice heard.
The only way that a public policy organization like Farm Bureau can function is for the membership to be involved. And agriculture is as complex today as it has ever been. There are societal movements that are trying to take down modern agriculture more today than it's ever been. And if we as an organization are going to be able to deal with the complexities in agriculture, we have to have participation from our membership. And that's why the policy development process is so important.